This video was uploaded to TikTok by a user named Arash Afnan. Before this, his little son had been complaining that one of his dolls made strange noises at night, and that he often felt someone's presence in his room. At first, Arash didn't take the boy's words seriously, but one night the doll started making those eerie sounds again. Only this time, they were coming from the kitchen. Waking up to it, the kid decided to prove to his dad he wasn't lying. So he grabbed his phone and started recording.
Bising, bising, bising. Nak tidur pun tak boleh. Hantu punya setan, mana kau sorok? Kau lapar nasi ke setan? Bisinglah lagi. Ada dua setan. Duduk diamlah. Apa lagi ni?
The father was shocked and is now convinced the doll is cursed, maybe even trying to possess his son. Yeah, the story sounds terrifying, unless you realize their channel is full of similar creepy content, which likely means one thing. These guys are just really good at making horror videos. One night, a girl needed to finish an important project, so she went to her boyfriend's small office where a few computers were set up. Since everything was already closed for the night, she thought the only company she'd have was the office cat. Turns out she was very wrong. Startled out of her mind, she bolts outside to call her boyfriend. But most likely, he didn't believe her. A minute later, she goes back in to grab her stuff and turn off the lights. And that's when this happens. What happened next remains unknown, since the video cuts off right there. Hopefully, it all ended with a happy ending, and maybe it was just her boyfriend's prank after all. A nurse named Maria says that in the hospital where she works, she's often witnessed strange and unsettling things. She claims to have repeatedly seen an elderly woman in a hospital gown wandering through empty hallways. Other staff have shared similar stories. Believing it might be connected to an old, abandoned basement wing that hasn't been used in years, Maria decided to go down there alone. And here's what she recorded. After reviewing the footage and spotting that eerie silhouette, she immediately posted it on her TikTok account. Some of her followers agreed with her, that it was the spirit of a former patient. Others, however, called it fake and said it was just a stunt to get attention. Nighttime. 3 brothers were asleep in their room when a strange sound from outside suddenly woke them up. They tried to close the window, or at least figure out what it was, and then came the real chaos.
What was that, bro?
Nah, bro, chill, bro. Hold it down. Bro, are you serious?
That's a
Germ. Bro, it's coming from like there.
But it's hot.
No, germ. I don't care. No.
The guys screamed like little girls and bolted out of the room. Unfortunately, there was no description for the video, so we can only guess what scared them so badly. But knowing these 3, it could easily have been one of their friends pulling a prank. In the next video, a researcher named Mike heads deep into the forests of Brazil, searching for an abandoned school shrouded in dark rumors. Locals say the place has a grim history and that strange things still happen there. After a long hike, Mike finally finds the school, and of course, goes inside. He discovers strange drawings on the floor and even a missing person flyer. The deeper he goes, the stronger the feeling that someone's watching him. Soon, noises start echoing through the halls. While checking one of the corridors, Mike spots this. Terrified, he dives out the nearest window and takes off running. When the video hit the internet, viewers started dissecting every frame, especially the drawings. Some sharp-eyed commenters even noticed that the shadowy figure resembled one of the stick figures from the sketches. But to me, it could have been anyone, maybe even a random squatter. The next clip was captured on a hunting trail camera, and it seems to show something very strange and terrifying. In the dense forest, far from civilization, the camera caught a creature with a disturbing appearance and nearly human height. It stood motionless for a few seconds, then began moving as if preparing to take off. There's no extra info about where or when it was recorded, which only fuels the mystery, though it also makes you doubt how real it is. So what is it? An unknown animal? A guy in a costume? Or maybe an AI-generated video? The question remains open. Got any theories? Drop them in the comments. Let's figure it out together. A bus driver had just finished his last route and was getting ready to head home when he suddenly saw a mysterious, childlike figure standing right behind him on the monitor. You can clearly see the boy standing near the front seats. But when the driver turns around, there's no one there. A camera glitch, an optical illusion, or an actual ghostly presence? Still, I wouldn't rule out a setup, since this same driver already has creepy TikTok content that earned him thousands of followers. In this video, a man was relaxing at home when he heard terrifying sounds coming from another part of the house. The noises were so unnatural that he couldn't tell who or what was making them. Grabbing his phone and turning on the flashlight, he went to investigate. And what the camera captured froze him in fear. The guy didn't hesitate for a second. He bolted straight out of the house. To this day, he has no idea what that was, but that haunting stare he saw will stay with him forever. The origin of the next video is also unknown, but it is believed to be surveillance footage from a farm in Peru. At first glance, the recording appears to show a person sitting cross-legged by a well. However, on closer inspection, the figure stands up and transforms into a black, gaseous substance. It then hovers over to the well and peers inside, while another black silhouette flies off to the left. Despite the poor video quality, the strange transformations are hard to deny. If you look closely, you can see glowing eyes on the figure at the beginning. What exactly was captured remains a mystery. A short but terrifying video recently surfaced online, with the author claiming he stepped out onto his balcony for some air and saw this. A woman with a horrifying face, patchy hair, one sneaker, and a strange gait was walking down the middle of the street. In her hands was an odd object resembling a bag filled with red liquid. The sight is definitely not for the faint-hearted. The author speculated that she might actually be a zombie. What do you think? As always, I look forward to your theories in the comments. This video was uploaded by paranormal researchers claiming to have captured the ghost of a doctor in an abandoned hospital.
Vamos lá. Dá medo, confesso pra vocês que dá medo de voltar numa casa como essa. Agora 2:30 da manhã. Ó, esperto. Ó. Tu foi o que mais sentiu aquela vez. Olha ali, olha ali. Aonde, mano? Olha ali. Ai, meu Deus, olha ele lá, cara. Caramba, velho. Olha aí, cara. Olha o que ele faz com a gente, mano.
At the building's entrance, the group noticed a pale, strange figure standing by a window on the second floor. But when they shone their light back in that direction, the figure was gone. Honestly, I would have bolted home after that, but these guys decided to keep going and continued exploring the building. What they found on the upper floors was even more terrifying.
Olha só. Sim. Nossa, mano. Olha só. Tudo quebrado aqui, velho. Tudo quebrado aqui, rapaziada. Mano, Deus. Ai, meu Deus. Tá vendo só? Ai, meu Deus, cara! Ele tá aqui! Que, velho? Mano, ele tá aqui, cara. O quê? Cara, ele tá... Eu vi ele aqui, mano. Aonde? Eu vi ele pelo reflexo do espelho, velho.
Mas esse espelho ainda... Cara, como dá pra ver alguma coisa aí, velho?
Cara, eu vi ele pelo reflexo do espelho, mano. Ele tava no espelho? Ele tava aqui dentro, cara.
In the mirror of one of the rooms, one of the guys spotted the figure of a man wearing a doctor's coat. He quickly turned around to see if it was real, but there was no one behind him. Panicking, he called his friends, who rushed to join him, but they didn't find anyone. This case clearly suggests that the place is probably cursed, and these researchers were really lucky to capture everything on camera and get out of there alive. This video initially appears to depict something unexplainable. Horses gallop through the fog, and the riders on them look like extraterrestrial humanoids. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes clear that these are ordinary people wearing unusual, oversized costumes. The purpose of these costumes is unclear. Do you have any ideas? This story happened to a young couple who moved into an apartment with a bad reputation. Rumor has it that ghosts have long haunted the place, driving its residents to madness. The couple began experiencing strange and eerie phenomena. Mysterious sounds, handprints appearing on surfaces, and doors opening on their own.
Amor, desde hace rato estoy escuchando que alguien está intentando abrir la puerta. Escucha.
Se acaban de levantar, estábamos viendo una serie y pues la neta sí está medio fuerte el pedo. Escuchen.
Amor. ¿Es eso?
No mames, no mames. No mames, ¿qué fue? Amor, se acaba de abrir la puerta. Estoy seguro que se giró.
¿Neta?
¿Sí? No mames.
No seas mamón.
No mames, amor. Amor, amor, no mames. No mames, no mames. No seas mamón. Amor, ¿qué pedo? Está volviendo a pasar. Amor, no mames. Acabamos de grabar la puerta, la acabo de cerrar. Creemos que se va a volver a abrir porque se escuchan ruidos. Literal se acaba de escuchar un ruido. No. No mames.
Ay, no seas mamón.
Amor, no mames. No mames.
Estoy temblando.
In one of their recorded videos, you can see something moving under the blanket, only to vanish as soon as they lift it. The bathroom proved even creepier. A dark figure appeared and disappeared instantly when they opened the door. What's more, the same claw marks seen earlier on the blanket were left behind on the bathroom surfaces. The main question remains: what exactly is haunting their home? If it's not something supernatural, how else can these chilling occurrences be explained? The following footage was recorded late at night in a hotel back in 2019, but only recently surfaced online. The author hesitated for a long time about whether to upload it, as, according to him, the recording captures something the hotel management would definitely want to hide. This hotel experienced a tragic fire in 1986, which claimed many lives. It was restored and renamed in 2019 under new ownership, but strange events began happening there. Guests reported paranormal phenomena, blaming them on the infamous fire. This video appears to confirm their suspicions. The footage shows a security guard being yanked by her hair by something invisible during a nighttime patrol. The movements look quite realistic. At first, the woman thought it was a person who managed to flee quickly, but upon reviewing the footage, she was even more shocked. The security guard's friend, who shared the video, is convinced this was something unexplainable. What do you think this could be? Where's the catch? A short video, originally uploaded to TikTok, details strange events occurring at night. A man noticed that his wife was restless in her sleep, frequently tossing and turning and talking in her sleep. Curious to see what was happening, he set up a camera to monitor her. Here's what he captured. In the middle of the night, his wife sits up in bed, opens her mouth wide, her neck jerking, before collapsing back onto the mattress. While this may not be classified as a paranormal phenomenon, it is still unsettling to witness. This creepy video from TikToker Spanger Lookry will definitely make you feel uneasy. The footage shows the guy doing laundry in his grandma's basement when suddenly something truly terrifying appears. On the staircase stands a creepy figure with a face that will make your hair stand on end. It innocently asks if he needs help. The guy, of course, refuses and tries to escape, but the entity ends up just inches away from him before the video cuts off abruptly. It's genuinely scary, but don't worry. This is just a short film created and directed by the TikToker himself.